Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tuesday, June 16th. We had a fun day yesterday. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I hope you're not too sore from those pause front squats today. Warm up today. We're going to hit a 400-meter run. Starting to get back into the running a little bit, figuring out ways we can manage it in here. You will see that start to pop up in workouts as well. And then we're going to hit some dynamic range of motion. Then we're going to move into an 8-minute AMRAP. We're going to start out with 30 flutter kicks. The flutter kick is where we're laying on the ground, hands underneath us, and just right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 30 reps. After that, we're going to hit 15 banded pull-aparts. With your band, right here. All right. Make sure you're bringing those hands all the way closed and then opening as wide as you can while you're squeezing the shoulder blades in the back. And then we're going to do banded good mornings. You'll have a band. It doesn't necessarily have to be the one you're using for pull-aparts. Get right here. The goal of this is to open up the hips or loosen the hips up, put some tension on the hamstrings, and then followed up by 5 lateral step-ups. Guys, if you followed along long enough or been a part of the gym, you know that I like lateral style work in warm-ups or accessory type situations. It helps us balance everything that we do in what's called the sagittal plane, right? Everything we do up front or behind. Squats, cleans, power cleans, deadlifts. Lateral work helps us balance that, but also is a great activating warm-up. So 5 on each side. As I've explained in the past, try to get something that allows you to have a 90-degree bend in your knee, a little bit higher, and you have to usually kind of give a good jump off the ground, a little bit lower, and we're not really hitting the backside of the glute. It's just a lot more quad when you're stepping up. Really focus on driving through the heel in that movement and not so much jump out of the back. If you don't have a box to step up on in your warm-up, just go ahead and do some lunges in replacement for that. As for the pull-aparts, if you don't have a band, just grab a weight, something that you do have around the house, whether it's an odd object, a dumbbell, and let's just do some rows or some flies in place of that. For the workout, we have power cleans and shoulder to overhead. This should be a fun one. Time-wise, shouldn't be that long. I'd be willing to bet, depends on how heavy you go with this. 12 minutes or less, probably, definitely more like 10 minutes or less, but if you happen to branch above 10 minutes, don't be too concerned with it. If you want to push the weight a little bit today on this, feel free to. Your limitation in this workout is going to be in the shoulder to overhead movement. So we're going to have 10 to 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power cleans and shoulder to overhead. The max weight allowed is going to be 75% of your body weight. So for me, that's around 135. Works out really well. And I know that for the most part, I can handle 135 for 10 plus reps in a shoulder to overhead right out of the gate. So that's probably something you should be thinking about when trying to figure out the weight for this workout. Power cleans will be the easier of the two. It is for time, so that means you try to move through it quickly. The last thing you want to happen, though, is be held up by the weight because you're having to break the sets up in what should be low numbers to begin with, right? 10, 9, 8, and so on. So we'll do 10 power cleans. That's from the ground, jumping up. And on the 10th one, you'll hit 10 shoulder to overhead. Shoulder to overhead simply means push jerks or push presses. It also means strict press, but who wants to do strict press, especially at 75% of your body weight? The most efficient is probably, depending on how strong you are up top, is probably going to be push press. For me, push jerks would probably be a better option because I tend to get worn out a lot quicker on a 135 push press than, say, a push jerk. So I'll leave that up to you on whatever you pick. That's why it's shoulder to overhead. If you don't have any equipment, or if you don't have a barbell, your minimal equipment peeps, today you're going to be doing 10-to-1 double dumbbell power cleans and shoulder to overhead. So if you have 2 dumbbells or kettlebells, you'll just hit the ground, boom. If you have 2 kettlebells, let's just come between the legs and do it right here. You can hit the ground. I would recommend the center and come up, simply because a kettlebell operates a little bit differently in a clean. If your hand is already out on a clean, you can't necessarily rotate it. If it's inside, let me rotate my watch. If it's inside, I can clean it up like that. If I have 2, I get here. Okay? And then shoulder to overhead, same thing with the dumbbell. For those that may not have any equipment, we're going to do squat thrusts and push-ups. We're going to take the reps and we're going to double them. So 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Yes, I did that without thinking about it. Squat thrusts, so you'll do 20 squat thrusts. Damn, this thing is bouncing around, huh? And then push-ups. If you need to scale that down, go ahead. It should be tough, seeing as how the actual workout has a pretty decent amount of weight in it. So make it hard on yourself. Don't try to just blow through this in 5 minutes because you're like, 20 seems like a lot of reps. Push yourself today with it and see how much fun it can actually be. Then when we finish that up, we're going to have some accessory work today. 2 rounds of 30 seconds of each plank with 30 seconds of rest in between. So a 30-second plank and push-up, 30-second rest, 30-second side plank on the right, 30-second rest, 30-second side plank on the left, 30-second rest, and then 30-second reverse plank. For those that may not know, a reverse plank looks like this. Really good for the shoulders. It's kind of more difficult on the shoulders. If you squeeze your butt, you get a good work in that position. So 2 full rounds of that, and then we can call it a day today. Be sure to hit the HomeWOD when you get a chance. It's there for you to take advantage of. I don't know how many times I have to say it, so I hope you are taking advantage of it. And I hope you have a great Tuesday and that your week is just kicking ass so far. Catch you next time.